Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I wanted to make a video, and the title of the video is going to be Love Story or Are You Just a Trophy? So basically, what I kind of want to get into is how when you're dating someone, whether you're a girl or whether you're a guy, and you meet someone and let's say they view you as more of a trophy. So a trophy would be more viewed as like you're someone that would be pleasing with them physically. You would look good with them. It's usually short lived relationship, short lived dating. It's more lustful. And when you get a trophy, when I used to get a trophy as a kid, look at this view. This view is crazy. When I used to get a trophy as a kid, I did soccer and I did a lot of sports. And when I would get the trophy, it would be cool, and I would hold it and I'd appreciate it. But then I would go and I'd just kind of put it on my shelf and just kind of like look at it once in a while and then kind of forget about it. And if you go into a lot of thrift stores and sometimes even on garbage nights, you'll see that people just kind of donate them. They kind of throw them out. There's always basically going to be a bigger and newer and shinier trophy. So that's one aspect. And then the other aspect is a love story. So a love story is more, sacred. A story can be, you know, reread, and it can be, taught for like, generations to come. And it can be continually, thought about. And a story kind of goes on basically forever. So when you meet someone and they view you from a lens of, let's say, like divinely, and they see you more in a lens of like this is a story and this is either set up by God. If you believe in God, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. You can just say that they view it more in a divine way. It's kind of like a love story. It's super divine, and it's super like appreciated, and it lasts a while and it lasts long. And even if it doesn't necessarily go on very long, and even if it only goes on for a couple months or years or maybe a couple decades or maybe until the day you die, the story keeps getting written. And when people, whether you're a girl or whether you're a guy, I'm kind of making this video more for guys, but when girls view you, or if you're a girl, you could just say the opposite. But when you're a guy and a girl views you from a lens of it's a whole story, it's this whole, page by page, it's this whole thing, it's this whole love story, it's this supernatural event, like, oh my God, this guy, came into my life, and it's this story. And if you're a girl, it's, oh, this guy came into my life and it's this story. It's a continual page by page, day by day. It's beautiful. It's like what's to come next, what's to come, what's next to come. And when I'm a guy, so I'm just going to say, like, when I feel a girl views me more as a trophy, it's kind of like, okay, it's not really a story, but it's just more of a completed image. And trophies are beautiful and they could be admired, but no one is really going to necessarily hold on to a trophy for that long. I mean, like I said, most of them get thrown out, most of them get donated. I mean, maybe in some high schools and colleges, you'll see them like set up in a locker room or something like that, or some kind of display case. But if you're a guy and if you're a girl, what you really want to go for in life is you want people to view you as a story. You don't want them to see you romantically, even if it's friendship, but let's just say romantically. You don't want girls to view you romantically as a trophy. You want them to view you as a story, because a story is organic. It's actually who you are. And a trophy is just kind of an image. If people are drawn, if girls are just drawn to me because of an image, maybe because of the way I look or the way I speak or my tattoos or my style or whatever it may be, it's cool, but it doesn't last like a story. And the difference with it being a story, if a girl views me romantically as a story, is a story will go on forever. I mean, even if the story's short, I mean, the story will live on forever and the story will be sacred and the story will be necessarily told for, years and decades to come, metaphorically. And I would say a really great analogy is that trophies are more lustful. They're more of like an image. If your relationship or if a girl views you more as an image, more as a trophy, it's usually way more lustful. It's way more like, oh, it's a shiny trophy. But when it's a story, it's way more in depth. It's way more deep. You can be way more deep with that person. For me, it's a girl. I'm a heterosexual male. I'm not judging anyone who's anything different than that. But when a girl views me as a story, it can really be this ongoing process of, getting to know each other and, you know, not necessarily freaking out if there is a bump or a chip, but if there's a bump and a chip in the trophy's kind of like, kind of trashed, right? Like you got a trophy and, one of the spikes or one of the crowns or whatever details are on the trophy are broken off, you're probably going to throw that thing out. You know what I'm saying? So, to summarize, try to view relationships more in an aspect of an overall process rather than just a finished product that is done right there, shiny, big in front of you, because there will always be someone better than you. And metaphorically, that could be a trophy that's more shiny than you, that could be a trophy that's bigger than you. But a story is unique. A story is one of one. A story is something that really no one can take from you. So even if you're a girl, I would encourage you to view romantic options from a lens of a whole story, a whole sacred story, rather than just having guys or rather just having girls. If you're a guy, rather having girls or guys view you as just some kind of already finished product, which basically no one is ever finished. No one's ever done growing. No one's ever going to be as shiny as they can be or as shiny as they once were. I'm a young man, so metaphorically, I still think I'm pretty shiny, but I know that one day my shininess will dull, but my story will live on forever. So if you're a girl or you're a guy, try to see and try to get people attracted to you. And it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be 100% love. It's always going to be a hint of lust. It's always going to be a hint of materialistic mindset and, oh, this person would look good with me because XYZ. But try and really aim for someone to view you as a whole story rather than just some kind of, you know, shiny object that can bring pleasure to the senses for a while. But like I said, once that trophy, once that, relationship kind of gets a little dull, if you're a girl, you're going to get donated, and if you're a guy, you're going to get donated. But if you have the whole story, the story is going to be told for, years and years to come, decades to come. There's some relationships, girlfriends that I've even had that, some of it was more lustful and more trophy like, but some of it was more of a story. And like I said, it's never going to be 100% one or the other, but what you really want to aim for is a story. So you can look back at the story and say, wow, this story can be told. This story can be, learned from for years and cherished for years and decades to come. So I hope that helps. I had an old channel. I used to do pretty similar videos to this, and I know some of you guys wanted coaching. You guys wanted relationship coaching. You guys wanted, some kind of therapeutic coaching, some kind of therapy coaching. If you guys want coaching, just leave a comment and I'll email you guys. And I do one-on-one coaching. It's fairly cheap because I'm, just starting out. It's fairly cheap. So leave a comment and yeah, I'll catch you guys.